Your life changed in 1 second. Everything.
I had planned out how life was going to be for my kids and how I wanted to raise them and all the things we were going to do, and suddenly that just went, and I didn't see that happening anymore.
The drive in me was probably just, okay, this is it, so let's just deal with this and move forward.
We've got a calendar on the fridge that we have to write everything on to keep track of what kids are coming and going where, and sports and school and work days and all of that.
How do you combat being really busy? I mean, obviously a business owner and teaching and sort of everything you do. What are some of the things you do to lighten the load?
Because a lot of my work is done at home, especially now that I have a studio in my home, going out with friends is downtime for me.
And how many kids do you have?
I have 4.
4 kids. And you have one of your daughters here today?
Yes.
And which
Yeah.
which
It's
one's that?
Nadia.
Nadia?
Yeah.
Is that your favorite child?
No, they're all my favorite child. They're all my favorite child.
You fixed
I
that
don't want to
quickly.
get in trouble.
So obviously you've had a journey with cancer.
Yes.
And maybe we can sort of go back to when it started and what type of cancer you had.
I have colon cancer. The doctors, so we never think that at 37 years old you can have colon cancer.
For me personally, it was really hard. I was 27 years old when I was finally diagnosed, and so I had bilateral mastectomies.
It was right around Christmas time in my grade 12 year, and yeah, I was terrible going through it. I was a terrible person.
I was going through a separation at the time, so the thought of dating was really daunting at the time when I had all of this happen to me at such a young age.
I didn't know anything about the colon cancer. I didn't have any information. I was just trying to look for symptoms, and that's what I was telling my husband, something is not right.
I knew that something was wrong. I had discovered a lump in my breast, and I just didn't really think it would be cancer. I knew that it wasn't right, but I was just like, I was probably about 25 or 26 when I first noticed it, and it never really crossed my mind that it would be cancer.
It doesn't matter how old you are, you can have cancer. Cancer is for every age. It's not going to, it doesn't discriminate anybody.
I made a choice at 17 that, if I made it through that I was going to live my life differently, and that I wasn't going to live in fear.
You enjoy everything. You think that this is the last day that you're going to live, and you want to enjoy as much as you can.
I had always said when my kids were little, before I got cancer, I was like, well, when they're old enough to remember it, I'm going to take them to Disneyland. And I used to say that all the time, well, when they're old enough to remember, then that's important to take them. And as soon as I got sick, I was like, who cares when they're old enough to remember? I want to go to Disneyland with my kids.
What do you do to educate other women or sort of, teach them about awareness?
I'm always tell them, if you know something is not right, make sure you talk to the doctors.
Your doctor is one person you have to develop that dialogue with.
Now I kind of nag at everybody and stuff like that. And a really good friend of mine that I met that was going through the experience at the same time, she's been good at reminding me to, when it's time to go get things checked at the doctor and stuff like that. If we're talking about something and I mention, oh, this kind of hurts here or whatever, she'll be good at saying, go to the doctor, and we kind of do that for each other.
Allowing people to support you doesn't necessarily negate the fact that you're still strong and that you're still independent and that you're still able. And I think sometimes we forget that, and we just plow through and recognize that people want to be there for us and that their love and support can really do a lot for us, emotionally, physically, mentally, in every way.